Okay. That's a bit loud. But I think it was a bit soft last time. It's gonna hiccup here for a minute. Make sure I have my category right. Okay. So I think everything's working. I'm gonna test chat again. Testing chat. Okay, that's showing up too. Because last night, for some reason, like the chat and the activity and the viewers and all that was not showing up. So anyway, I'm still up from last time since I couldn't sleep and my sleep schedule is like destroyed. So I decided I would finish this. Let me see. My volume levels here. So anyway, the reason I quit last night was because the game crashed like a couple times, and then I lost my progress because it didn't save. So then I started playing through again, and I was like obsessively saving between each like scene. You could almost call it a level, but not really. So let's see, can I load this? So I'm just back to remind you that darkness and the Red Death and all that held illimitable dominion over all. Also that I haven't slept. Okay, let's choose the Amy 2 one because that's the one I did when I was not streaming. Because I had to redo 4 of these. You see the 4 areas on the phrenology chart. What the hell is it called? I've been drinking too much tonight. But, yeah, so, like, those little areas on the phrenology chart have these pictures on them after you save successfully. That is, because I unsuccessfully saved a couple times. So we can just poke them in the eye and we should be able to start again where I left off before. So let's see what I wrote this stuff down. So I played the Telltale Heart as both the old man who is killed and the young man who kills the old man. And then I played the Cask of Amontillado as Fortunato. And I played Berenice as Aegeus. I also played through Annabel Lee, but I didn't do that in this save because that's just sort of it's just sort of Burroughs reciting it. It's not like playing through sort of thing. So what's left is, let's see, Cask of Amontillado as Montresor, Berenice as Berenice, Annabel Lee, and then you can do the Mask of Red Death, which again is William Burroughs just reciting the thing as there's this weird, like, slideshow of illustrations. So, okay, what the hell are we doing now, is the question. So I know I don't want to go in the fish room because I already did, you know, there's the butcher knife and the fish. And those are both the Telltale Heart. So we don't want to do that. And that's why I have these notes here. Oh boy. Also, we're not in the nightmare world, so we can't do Annabel Lee. So I guess maybe we're looking for the characters in the framing story, which is like Edwin and Henry and Elise. So let's just go up here. You can play the piano, of course. It doesn't really advance the plot, except when Elise is in there. So, let's get out of here, unless we can check out the bottle there. I think then we can play as, what was the other guy? Montresor. Okay, so Fortunato, you have to choose the glass. So forget that for now. Heck. Alright, let's go out. And this is Elise's room. Sometimes you have to knock. But, oh, is she dead? I forgot she's dead. Played through it too many times. But yes, that's her casket there. I gotta check something here. Okay. So now we're gonna go down to the vault to bury Elise, since I forgot she was dead. Turn around this way.
We penetrated into the dank basement, the lantern pushing back the darkness. What I could see in the black floated before my eyes. My eyes themselves felt as though they had turned to ice, and now sat chill and spiked in my heavy skull.
Okay, just gonna make our way through here. And then they don't exactly bury her, but they leave her here.
These harrowing reflections haunted me until we reached the lower vault. We entered carefully and placed the coffin on two spindly wooden trestles, set there for such a purpose. Our labor was without ceremony.
Come now. Peace be with her.
I can't bear to leave her here, all alone in the dark. Dear brother, do leave the lantern. Leave her a small source of light. We'll go back in the darkness.
No, okay, you gotta click on this ledge, I guess, to leave it there. And now.
Ambers, seal the vault securely. Leave the key with me. Come, gentlemen.
Should go back into nightmare mode, I think, once we get upstairs. Yes, now things are turning blue. Now that means we're in like nightmare / story mode. I don't think there's anything in that room. And there's our raven picture. Did we look at this? I feel like we looked at that before. Okay. Can't interact. No. Okay, now I gotta look at this. So, we did a JS. So I think Berenice is this bird cage. And the menu sort of interaction is a little strange. Alright, here's Berenice. Everybody's marrying their cousins in this game. Alright, there she is. There's a letter in here we can look at. Alright, my dearest Aegeus, I am writing this note because I have not the courage to speak to you directly. I harbor such deep emotions concerning yourself, and I find I can no longer hold them. Alright. Can't do anything with that. Alright. There's a book with Pose to Helen poem there. Alright, can we get out of this now? Just look at this strange picture. It's like Faces from the Scream there or something. This is, at long last, spring has come. Doctor says I am not to go out. He gives careful instructions for my every exertion. This I find particularly dismaying. I keenly miss the days of my exuberant youth. Cousin Aegeus continues to treat me with perfect kindness and generosity. It must be difficult for him to maintain an invalid for so long. He himself suffers an affliction of the nerves, and the strain of providing for me cannot be a small matter to him. He has been my closest companion all my life, and I feel such affection for him that the slight act of writing his name can cause tears to fall. Your loving friend, and we have to sign it, I guess. Your loving friend, Berenice. And this is her medicine, because she's...
When you feel dizzy, you must take a swallow of this.
Alright,
It will
that's
help mitigate the seizure.
the doctor or
Also,
something.
I must counsel bed rest. Try to stay in as much as possible.
I'll just chug down some medicine here. It's probably laudanum or something. You can't get in there. I don't think you can talk to the bird either. No, the door. I mean, that was a door, right? Why can't I open it? Let's go back to the door. Oh. Well.
Good morning, miss. I thought I'd look in to see if you're feeling something better.
Yes, thank you, Catherine.
Yes, miss.
Okay. I was trying to get onto the bed because there's this embroidery thing here. Why can't I look at it? Oh, maybe I have to look at the chest first. Oh, there's a... We can embroider this picture of a lady's face in profile here. And that's all we do with that. Oh, shit. I know there's a chest at the foot of the bed. I'm having difficulty finding it, though. Alright, can we go over this way? And then turn around, maybe. Okay. There's the chest. This is how we weirdly look at things.
Daughters of my own, I hope you'll wear this, my wedding dress, when that happy day arrives for you.
I'm not sure whose voice this is. How do I close it? Okay. Maybe I can leave the room now. And I've taken the medicine and the maid showed up. And you can't go up there, it won't let you. I have tried. Oh, shit. That's like the outside door. You can't go out there. This is Edwin's study. Or not Edwin, Aegeus. I'm getting my names mixed up now. Gotta knock. Be polite. But he's not really in love with Berenice,
You never leave this room.
as we find out. Put my notes somewhere.
He seems miles from here.
Are you all right?
I'm sorry?
Now when this happens, it means you can, if I click on his eyes, that will allow me to jump into his soul or something, or switch souls or something like that.
Berenice, will you marry me?
It's actually useful, if you end up in the wrong story that you've already been in.
Yes. Of course I will.
Now she's gonna faint now. So now we black out.
Fetch the doctor. Find her medicine.
Let's find her medicine. It took me forever to get through Aegeus's, like, scenario. I guess that was days and nights going by. I don't know what the hell. We can't interact with the bird. Okay. Look at the letter. Looks like we haven't signed it again.
He's made me very happy.
Okay. I swear I just signed it. Did I not just sign it? I want to look
I hope he hasn't
at this crap.
asked me out of pity.
Isn't there a... Okay, you can't get in that drawer, I guess.
No, certainly not.
Guess it doesn't want me over there. Now the rose is gonna die.
Aegeus will look very handsome.
Now why can't I get in this?
He's made me very happy.
I've already looked in there. So I can't click on there, so it means it wants me to do something.
He hasn't asked me
Oh,
out of
shoot.
pity.
There's a maid.
Miss Berenice, you're soon to be married. Oh my.
Well, she's happier about it than Aegeus is, that's for sure. Maybe I can go see him again. There's some doors you just never can get into. And back to his study. See if it's a better time for him.
Distant. Aegeus?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry to distract you. I wanted to tell you, cook's chosen duck for the wedding feast.
Yeah, his eyes are doing the thing. So we could jump into him if we accidentally were Berenice, but we already played Aegeus, so I'm not going to do that. Now, what the hell is he doing?
Aegeus? Darling? Oh, you're occupied. I'll return at a better time.
Alright.
Aegeus doesn't look well at all. Perhaps I should get the doctor. I'm not well either.
Oh no, she spilled it.
Speedo? Oh my. Oh my.
I'm sorry.
She's gone.
Can I click anything? No. No. We're in the coffin now, but we're alive. And this is why we're trying to bang on it.
What have they done? Help! Help! Let me out! Please! I'm alive! Alive!
Now she's gonna pass out, maybe. Well, I'll do something. One way or the other. See, he doesn't love her, he just loves her teeth. Alright, now what's going on? Look at my notes. Where have we been? I have a pen. I'm going to cross off that. Cross off Berenice. That's the old man, the young man, Fortunato. Which leaves us to... what do we have? Okay, so now we've been Berenice and Aegeus. So, I suppose we want the Cask of Amontillado. And we want to be Montresor. How do we do that? Which is that one? I think it's the wine bottle. Oh, this is different. Can we talk to it? No. Where's the old guy? I don't think I want in there. That's just his study. Anyway, that's the room with the dead fish and the butcher knife that I'm pointing to. And I don't want in there. See if there's any people I can talk to up here. No. Look down. We can't. Alright, we can't look at the wine bottle. And I think that's what I want to deal with next. Nobody in Elise's room. Awfully boring room. Nothing. Yeah, no books or anything. Nothing. Alright. This is Henry's room. Are you around, Henry? No? Okay. There's nothing at all in here. What the hell else did I do then? Oh, maybe he's in that other room. Down the hall. Okay. We're looking for Henry now, I think. Let's look in here. Oh, there he is. Hi, Henry.
She's alive. I know it.
Sure, Henry.
I can feel her blood flowing through the house. I hear her whisper. I hear her very heart. I've pounded at the door to her vault. I swear, I hear rustling within. Do you understand? She lives.
For now. Alright. Can't do anything there. Maybe when I leave the room it'll turn blue. You know, all the house will turn blue, maybe. No? Well, shit. Okay, he's not there anymore. Maybe I should look for the old man. Where would he be, though? Okay, that's that other room. We don't want that. It's the piano room. I don't think it's gonna let us play the piano a bit. Nope. When it's transparent like that, it means you can't do anything. You can't interact with whatever. Maybe he's downstairs. Okay, good.
Your brother has lost his sanity. Not even embers can restrain him. I understand you carried messages between Elise and him. Then come, carry one more.
Alright. He going to... I've lost the room. Over here. He's in his study, I guess. I sure do know the layout now.
Exceedingly sensitive nature. When such a man succumbs to delusions, it's best to bring him slowly around by way of that same delusion. He believes Elise to be alive. Let him receive a letter from her. Deliver him this message. Let him believe it to be from Elise. Let him read by her own hand that she is no more.
Alright, now he's forged a letter that from Elise that she's dead. But now we have to find Henry. Gotta go through this room to get to the other room. It's a bit confusing. Oh shit. As you can see, it's a bit confusing. Over here. Where are you at, Henry? He's that way. Maybe still up in that other room. Oh, good.
You must help me.
Okay, good.
After dusk. It's after dusk now.
What the hell is he doing then? Okay, that's... This is the room where you get Annabel Lee, but it's not when the sky is blue. It's like when the sky is red and everything else is blue. Okay. So perhaps we need to go downstairs. Okay, where's the old man? Oh, there he is. Well, talk to me. Damn it, old man. He's just gonna look at me, or what? Come on, my dude. Don't be this way. Alright. That's the only door in that room. We can't talk to that painting. Can we go outside? Oh, shit.
I tried to follow, but my haste made me clumsy. Finally, I emerged into the night.
There he is.
Elise, are you there?
In the distance, I could hear my brother crying out.
Elise, are you there? Elise, answer me!
In the bright moonlight, I could see the rise and swell of the ocean from afar. The wave collected itself into a vast wall of destruction, then seemed to hesitate, poised in the moonlight. Then, with a terrific crash, the full force of the sea met the cliff face, shattering the calm of the night, surely forever. Miraculously, Henry had escaped. He lay panting on the cliff edge, then rose to survey the scene of his near demise. As I watched him, I saw a second silhouette emerge from the brush behind. Henry turned and pronounced the name I dared not utter.
Elise?
But it was not Elise.
Alright, and who was it? The old man? Well, Henry is no more, I guess. Can't go that way. Back to the house.
My wrath falls with certainty. Your brother was driven to insanity by breathing paint fumes from a lantern. You carried messages for them. You sang and flirted with her. You tried to save him.
Well, we've been huffing the paint fumes too, of course. So how do we get to... It's upstairs, isn't it? Shit. Over here. I'm thinking Montresor. To get to him, well, there are other things too. We haven't done Annabel Lee yet in this save. So maybe we should do that. That's this here. Well,
It was many and many a year ago in a kingdom by the sea, where a maiden there lived, whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with the love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago in the kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. but our love it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea could ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in the sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea.
Then we're back to strange whispering. Alright. Okay. So where was I going from there? Oh, okay. The piano room. No, not that way. This, right? Do you like further than it and then look down? Okay, this should be it. This should be Montresor here. Hopefully. And that should be the last, you know, the stories. There's like, you're sort of two sides of each story. You know, you're the murderer and the person who is murdered, the victim,
Revenge
as it were.
means nothing, unless the avenger makes himself known to
And
his
we were
victim.
already Fortunato. And this is Montresor, the guy who kills him.
Of course,
Hmm?
when one takes revenge, one wants to take it slowly. One wants to be avenged at length.
Sir?
Return to the villa. Tell the livery that I shall be out all night. They are forbidden to leave the house.
Yes, sir. Immediately, sir.
Oh, this way.
That will ensure their immediate disappearance, now that my back is turned.
I think you talk to the homeless dudes.
I must not only punish, but punish with impunity. It is a poor vengeance that also harms the revenger.
No, that's the same one that was on the other side of the street when you're Fortunato. You look over here at him. It's not him. Maybe this is him here.
For years I've suffered his injuries, but now he has ventured upon insult.
That's where you can do the soul switch thing if you click on his eyes, but I'm not going to do that. Since we've already played as Fortunato. Okay, how do I get out of here? Yeah. This is one that just giggles at you.
Who's that?
No one, Senora. No one at all.
Oh. I deal with her again. It's like the same animation every time. Let's look the other way.
Excuse me, aren't you Montresor?
I'm afraid I don't know that gentleman.
Okay. Well, talk, Fortunato.
My dear Fortunato, I wonder if you could help me. I've bought a small cask of what passes for Amontillado, but I have my doubts.
Amontillado?
But I have my doubts.
A cask, Montresor, and in the middle of carnival? Impossible.
I have my doubts. I was foolish enough to pay full price without consulting Fortunato in the matter.
Well,
Lucchese has a discerning palate. Perhaps he could take a sip.
Ah, Lucchese can't tell Amontillado from gutter water. Oh, nice to see you, nice to see you. Let's go.
okay. Let's go where?
Where?
To your vaults.
But surely your wife is looking for you.
She'll see me soon enough. Let us go.
Alright. Let's go to the vaults.
The streets grow dangerous at the sound.
We will soon arrive at the safety of my villa.
It's awfully damp in there.
My friend, this is madness. You are afflicted with a severe cold. The vaults are insufferably damp. They are encrusted with niter. Let us return. I'll consult Lucchese.
The cold is nothing. Lucchese is an ignoramus.
This way.
And I get lost in this part every time. It upsets me very much. Because the way you go from room to room in this game is very confusing anyway. Then you end up with these walls that look the same as every other wall. Can we talk to the feet? What the hell's going on here? I'm trying to talk to the feet. Well, or Fortunato, whatever. Alright. He's not paying attention. We're supposed to get him drunk, so we can kill him more easily.
A draught of meadow will keep us from the damps.
Here, have some wine, Fortunato. And this is where I start to get lost. Is that the same wine? It doesn't.
This way.
Alright, give him another one.
Enjoy. It will still the cough.
Okay, it's not letting me go that way. What's this way?
He has a weakness.
Lost and lost. What the hell's down this way? Okay. We're making some progress, but then I start going in circles right around here. I'm not gonna get revenge if I can't find the stupid vault.
Come on. One wants to take it
Turn that way. And then there's that skeleton again. There's a place with a thing on the wall that I'm looking for. Damn it.
Careful through here. This way.
Can't be that way.
Along here. Revenge.
I don't believe it.
Come along. Come, we will go back. Your health is precious. You are rich, respected, admired, beloved. You are happy, as I once was. You are a man to be missed. For me, it's no matter.
Cough is nothing, it won't kill me. I won't die of a cough.
True, true.
Okay, so it can't be that way. There's nothing there. It has to be somewhere near this skeleton here. But where? I feel like I already looked to the right.
Careful through here.
It's gonna bring us back to the skeleton, isn't it? Damn it.
One wants to take it slowly.
Stupid skeleton.
This way.
No, it's one way or the other.
With impunity. Along here.
Wish I had a map.
He has a weakness.
I'll find it eventually. Try right. Okay, you gotta get past that, I think.
Come on. Revenge.
Maybe now start going to the right.
Careful through here.
It's the same place I was just in. Maybe try left. And more. Oh, that's it, isn't it? Good. And we'll put down our torch.
Lies the Amontillado.
And we tell him the Amontillado is back there, but it's not, of course. We're just going to chain him up and wall him in there. Well, that's a chain. Duh. Now what do I do?
It is very damp here. One last time, let me implore you to return. No? Then I must leave you. But first...
Sure are a lot of bones here. Now we have to wall them in. And he's gonna weep and wail some more. And then that's the end of this segment.
An excellent joke. I have many laughs about it, not so over swine.
The Amontillado.
Yes.
At least it fills some of it in for us. This might take a while otherwise.
My wife may wait for me. Let us be gone.
Yes, let us be gone. Yes, for the love of God. Fortunato.
Well. Oh. Alright, wall him in a bit more here.
My heart was sick.
It's not because you killed a dude, you know.
Due to the dampness.
It must be the dampness.
In pace requiescat.
Rest in peace, Fortunato. Alright. End of that one. Now what? Ah, that's that massive red death tapestry here. I don't think we can click on it yet. I think that happens like afterwards. Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can click somewhere. It looks like no.
No essence has ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood is its avatar and its seal. The redness in our blood.
Then he stops there for now until you get to the real thing later. It's like nowhere in Silent Hill here.
For me, the celebration has just begun.
I don't think Fortunato had that. Oh, here we are.
The full import of the lantern, the madness-inducing fumes, Henry's premonitions, all these came clear to me at once. And I could feel and hear a great rending, as of a mirror breaking, roll throughout the house, growing in volume and strength. And even as I looked on, the house around us, the vault, the lantern, Elise, her bloody eyes, all shattered. Shattered into 100,000 shards, shattered as did the dark depths of my very soul.
The strange thing is this is not the end. Can I click? What's going on here? So you get the credits, but it's not the end. Should I exit? I don't know if that exits the game, though. See, now it's all filled out here. I tried to pay attention to which one was which, but now I can't really remember some of them. But in any case, there's 2 Telltale Heart, 2 Cask of Amontillado, and 2 Berenice, and then I think Annabel Lee, and then Mask of Red Death, which is here. Which is like sort of an epilogue or something, I don't know.
No pestilence had ever been so fatal or so hideous. Blood was its avatar and its seal. redness of the horror blood. There were sharp pains and sudden dizziness, and then profuse bleeding at the pores. The scarlet stains upon the body, and especially upon the face of the victim, were the pest bands which shut him out from the aid and sympathy of his fellow men. The whole seizure, progress, and termination of the disease were the incidents of half an hour. But the Prince Prospero was happy and dauntless and sagacious. When his dominions were half depopulated, he summoned to his presence 1,000 hale and light-hearted friends from among the knights and dames of his court, and with these retired to the deep seclusion of his castellated abbey. This was an extensive and magnificent structure, the creation of the prince's own eccentric yet august taste. A strong and lofty wall girdled it in. This wall had gates of iron. The courtiers, having entered, brought furnaces and massy hammers and welded the bolts. They resolved to leave means neither of ingress nor egress to the sudden impulses of despair or frenzy from within. The abbey was amply provisioned. With such precautions, the courtiers might bid defiance to contagion. The external world could take care of itself. In the meantime, it was folly to grieve or to think. The prince had provided all the appliances of pleasure. There were buffoons, there were improvisatori, there were ballet dancers, there were musicians, there was beauty, there was wine. All these and security were within. Without was the Red Death. It was toward the close of the 5th or 6th month of his seclusion, and while the pestilence raged most furiously abroad, that the Prince Prospero entertained his 1,000 friends at a masked ball of the most unusual magnificence. It was a voluptuous scene, this masquerade. But first let me tell you of the rooms in which it was held. There were 7. In the middle of each, a tall and narrow Gothic window looked down upon the closed corridor, which pursued the windings of the suite. These windows were of stained glass, whose color varied in accordance with the prevailing hue of the decorations of the chamber into which it opened. That at the eastern extremity was hung, for example, in blue, and vividly blue were its windows. The second chamber was purple in its ornaments and tapestries, and here the panes were purple. The third was green throughout, and so were the casements. The fourth was furnished and lighted with orange, the fifth with white, the sixth with violet. The 7th apartment was closely shrouded in black velvet tapestries that hung all over the ceiling and down the walls, falling in heavy folds upon a carpet of the same material and hue. But in this chamber only, the color of the windows failed to correspond with the decorations. The panes here were scarlet, a deep blood color. In the corridors that followed the suite, there stood, opposite to each window, a heavy tripod bearing a brazier of fire. This projected its rays through the tinted glass and so glaringly illumined the room. And thus were produced a multitude of gaudy and fantastic appearances. But in the western or black chamber, the effect of the firelight that streamed upon the dark hangings through the blood-tinted panes was ghastly in the extreme, and produced so wild a look upon the countenances of those who entered that there were few of the company bold enough to set foot within its precincts at all. It was in this apartment also that there stood against the western wall a gigantic clock of ebony. Its pendulum swung to and fro with a dull, heavy, monotonous clang. And when the minute hand made the circuit of the face, the hour was to be stricken. There came from the brazen lungs of the clock a sound which was clear and loud and deep and exceedingly musical, but of so peculiar a note and emphasis that at each lapse of an hour, the musicians of the orchestra were constrained to pause in their performance to hearken to the sound. And thus the waltzers perforce ceased their evolutions, and there was a brief disconcert of the whole company. And while the chimes of the clock yet rang, it was observed that the giddiest grew pale, and the more aged and sedate passed their hands over their brows as if in confused reverie or meditation. But when the echoes had fully ceased, a light laughter at once pervaded the assembly. The musicians looked at each other and smiled, as if at their own nervousness and folly, and made whispering vows each to the other that the next chiming of the clock would produce in them no similar emotion. And then, after the lapse of 60 minutes, there came yet another chiming of the clock, and there were the same disconcert and tremulousness and meditation as before. But in spite of these things, it was a magnificent revel. The tastes of the Duke were peculiar. He had a fine eye for color and effects. He disregarded the decor of mere fashion. His plans were bold and fiery, and his conception glowed with barbaric luster. There are some who would have thought him mad. His followers felt that he was not. It was necessary to hear and see and touch him to be sure that he was not. He had directed in great part the embellishments of the 7 chambers upon occasion of this great fete, and it was his guiding taste which had given character to the masqueraders. He's sure they were grotesque. There was much glare and glitter and piquancy and phantasm. There were arabesque figures with unsuited limbs and appointments. There were delirious fancies such as the madman fashions. There was much of the beautiful, much of the wanton, much of the bizarre, something of the terrible, and not a little of that which might have excited disgust. To and fro in the 7 chambers there stalked a multitude of dreams, and these, the dreams, right in and about, taking hue from the rooms, and causing the wild music of the orchestra to seem as the echo of their steps. Until at length there commenced the sounding of midnight upon the clock, and then the music ceased as I have told, and the evolutions of the waltzers were quieted, and there was an uneasy cessation of all things as before. But now there were 12 strokes to be sounded by the bell of the clock, and thus it happened, perhaps, that more of thought crept with more of time into the meditations of the thoughtful among those who reveled. And thus too it happened, perhaps, that before the last echoes of the last chime had utterly sunk into silence, that there were many individuals in the crowd who had found leisure to become aware of the presence of a masked figure. The rumor of the new presence having spread itself whisperingly round, there arose at length from the whole company a buzz or murmur expressive of disapprobation and surprise, then finally of terror, of horror, and of disgust. In an assembly of phantasms such as I have painted, it may well be supposed that no ordinary appearance could have created such sensation. In truth, the masquerade license of the night was nearly unlimited, but the figure in question had out-Heroded Herod. and gone beyond the bounds of even the prince's indefinite decorum. There are chords in the hearts of the most reckless, which cannot be touched without emotion. Even with the utterly lost, to whom life and death are equally jests, there are matters of which no jest can be made. The whole company, indeed, seemed now deeply to feel that in the costume and bearing of the stranger, neither wit nor propriety existed. The figure was tall and gaunt and shrouded from head to foot in the habiliments of the grave. The mask which concealed the visage was made so nearly to resemble the countenance of a stiffened corpse that the closest scrutiny must have had difficulty in detecting the cheat. And yet all of this might have been endured, if not approved by the mad revelers around. But the mummer had gone so far as to assume the type of the Red Death. His vesture was dabbled in blood, and his broad brow with all the features of his face was besprinkled with a scarlet horror. When the eyes of Prince Prospero fell upon this spectral image, which with a slow and solemn movement, as if more fully to sustain its role, stalked to and fro among the waltzers, he was seen to be convulsed with a strong shudder, either of terror or distaste, whereupon his brow reddened with rage. "Who dares," he demanded harshly of his courtiers who stood near him, "who dares insult us with this blasphemous mockery? Seize him and unmask him, that we may know whom we have to hang at sunrise from the battlements." But in the eastern or blue chamber, in which stood the Prince Prospero as he uttered these words, they rang throughout the 7 rooms loudly and clearly. For the prince was a bold and robust man, and the music had become hushed at the waving of his hand. At first, as he spoke, there was a slight rushing movement of pale courtiers in the direction of the intruder, who, at the moment, was also nearer at hand, and now, with deliberate and stately step, made closer approach to the speaker. But from a certain nameless awe with which the mad assumptions of the mummer had inspired the whole party, there were found none who put forth hand to seize him, so that, unimpeded, he passed within a yard of the prince's person. And while the vast assembly, as if with one impulse, shrank from the centers of the rooms to the walls, he made his way uninterruptedly, but with the same solemn and measured step, through the blue chamber to the purple, through the purple to the green, through the green to the orange, through this again to the white, and even thence to the violet. Every decided movement had been made to arrest him. It was then, however, that the Prince Prospero, maddening with rage and the shame of his own momentary cowardice, rushed hurriedly through the 6 chambers, while none followed him on account of a deadly terror that had seized upon all. He bore aloft a drawn dagger, and had approached in rapid impetuosity to within 3 or 4 feet of the retreating figure, when the latter, having attained the extremity of the velvet apartment, turned suddenly and confronted his pursuer. There was a sharp cry, the dagger dropped gleaming upon the sable carpet, upon which, instantly afterwards, fell prostrate in death the Prince Prospero. Then, summoning the wild courage of despair, a throng of the revelers at once threw themselves into the black apartment, and seizing the mummer, whose tall figure stood erect and motionless within the shadow of the ebony clock, gasped in unutterable horror at finding the grave cerements and the corpse-like mask, which they handled with so violent a rudeness, untenanted by any tangible form. Now was acknowledged the presence presence of the Red Death. He had come like a thief
In the night.
and one by one dropped the
Revelers.
revelers in the blood-bedewed
I don't remember that
halls of
part.
their revel, and died each in the despairing posture of his fall. The light of the ebony clock went out with the last of the gay, and the flames of the tripods expired. And darkness
And decay and the Red Death held illimitable dominion over all. And then it starts over.
For the wild narrative which I'm about to tell, I neither expect nor ask for belief. It would be mad to expect such a thing, in a case where my own senses reject their evidence. Yet I'm not mad. I surely do not
I don't know if it changes if you look at the thing after this. That is the end, though. Wait. Clicking on the wrong thing. No, that's going to bring us back to the house. If I press escape, then it brings you back to the phrenology chart. Still don't know which one's which. Make sure if you escape here, it should actually save it properly now. Don't know what good it is because now I have like 2 complete saves. But yeah, I was thinking wish lists worked in that way. I'll have to check that and see if it has, like mine saved. But thanks for telling me. I will try to see if something's wrong there. Wish list. It says public. And list to others. Weird. Copy link. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll see what the heck's going on here. Just 4. No. Heck, that was a long game, though. I mean, for something from 1995. But I see why it actually needed a, strategy guide now. Because I thought there's no real choices like, life and death choices. There's no points, there's no fighting. So, But, it's so difficult to figure out what to click on sometimes, so I guess that's why it needed a strategy guide. But, yeah, I just ordered that on eBay, yesterday, so I don't have it yet, of course, so I imagine it helps you out with all that sort of things. But that's been nuts, and so I didn't get the outer packaging for this either. Though I did get the real game plus the manual. So I just looked into it. I actually Googled for William Burroughs game because I don't think I knew this existed, and so I just sort of randomly ended up here. learning that this game exists. So that's been my week, you know. So I decided that, especially in the 90s or so when this came out, Burroughs was my favorite author. So I was wondering why did I not know about this? But yeah, like I said, I had an IBM that had a 16-color display and no CD-ROM drive. So of course I wasn't playing, you know, full-color interactive CD-ROMs at that time. So I have the real game, but I don't have the strategy guide yet, even though I've paid for it on eBay. But, you know, free shipping. Yes, William Burroughs. He's done all kinds of stuff, and he's, like, collaborated with a lot of musicians. For sure. So, I think he had his hand in everything. But I really had no idea that he was doing voice acting for a video game. Yeah, I just got the Naked Lunch, the Cronenberg movie of it. What is it? Criterion Collection, which I had a long time ago, but then I sold it because I had no money. But, yeah, that was a lot of fun, I thought. And I just watched... Also, why I was thinking about this was I was looking on Amazon Prime for the... whatever, you know, documentaries I could watch for free, and there was one called The Beat Hotel. And it focused heavily on Burroughs and Ginsberg a lot, and Brian Gysin, I guess his name is pronounced. I always pronounced it Gysin, I don't know. I'm assuming since it's in the documentary it's Gysin, but I never knew if it was a hard G or a soft G. But anyway, that was an interesting documentary, I thought. And it's like free to watch on Amazon Prime anyway, if you have Prime anyway. So that's why these things were on my mind. Also Poe. You know, I love Poe, of course. But it goes without saying. And I had no idea this existed, really. But, oh heck. I suppose I've been up way too long, though. No, I did sleep in yesterday, but I have been up all night playing this because I was just so determined to figure out what happens and to get to the end, and also to redo the parts I already did so I could stream the rest so I'd have the complete game here. But it's I think, as a lot of the reviews have stated, it's maybe not so great as a game, but it's an interesting, you know, sort of interactive CD-ROM, and I think a lot of lists have it as, you know, a great forgotten horror game, you know, as one of the weirdest horror games you've probably never heard of. You know, there was a Kotaku article that was, what did it say, something about obscure horror games, and I looked that up recently. So I've mostly been playing, like, weird demos and stuff, so I haven't been streaming many new things. I've been looking at a lot of the Ludum Dare Game Jam demos that were made in, like, 2 days by people, and some of them were kind of interesting. But, of course, you'd have to stream a whole bunch of them because, you know, you can play them in 5 minutes. 5 hours. Oh my god. I've always wanted to, since I've been doing a lot of I'm learning like C# coding for video games in Unity. I've always wanted to make a Burroughs related game. Not so much the Poe stuff, but like somehow related to Burroughs. And maybe I will someday. I had a website like 100 years ago at like callmeburrows.tripod.com, and it's actually still up, and I haven't looked at it for like 20 years. But yeah, I've a long way to go, we'll say. Like, I can make things work now. I mean, I can do like platformers, and I can like do text games and things, and I've made some simple 3D games, but a long ways to go when it comes to like a polished full game. So I'm still like going through tutorials and things, and you know, at my own pace, because it would just be cool to do. I don't want to get like rich and famous or like work on AAA games with a huge company or anything. I just want to like screw around in my spare time. But, oh heck. But yes, thanks for stopping by, and I really should get to bed though, because I've been up all night playing this crap. Even when I haven't been streaming, I've been like playing for several hours in between there. But thanks, yes, and thanks for stopping by, and I'll probably get this up. I just made a new YouTube channel, and I put it down at the bottom here. So I'm putting up the streams of these on that. It's like, do I put it there? Yes. See, now I have a general gaming YouTube channel that nobody's looked at yet called Games with Amy, and I have the Let's Play The Dark Eye parts 1 and 2 up, and this will be part 3.